Are you looking at home prices and interest rates rising, thinking to yourself, should I even be thinking about buying a home right now? Hey guys, Patrick Dunn of EXP Realty, part of the Johnson Group here in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. And today I'll be answering that very question. Should you buy a home right now? And the answer is very easy. No, yes, or maybe. Since buying a home is situationally dependent, I will be giving you advice on what you should do in each situation. And if I do suggest that you buy, I'm going to tell you what you should buy and where you should buy. Now, any stats that we get on this video is coming from InfoSparks, which is provided to us by the Savannah Area Board of Realtors, so we can stay ahead of the curve and give you the best advice when it comes to buying or selling a home. And if you gain any value from this video, I just ask that you like and or subscribe to the video and share it with your friends that are possibly looking to buy or sell a home. So let's go into the situations. If you are renting a home or apartment and you have no money saved, the answer to that question is no. You should not be looking to buy a home. It takes about $10,000 to $12,000 to buy your first home because there's closing costs, there's down payments. No down payments if you qualify for a VA loan or you're buying a home in a USDA territory, but there are closing costs. And if you want to be in an advantageous position to negotiate, having that $10,000 to $12,000 will definitely help you be there. Okay, so my suggestion for you is save as much money as possible. And I know it's hard to save $10,000 to $12,000. I know it takes time, but save that money and work on your credit because the higher your credit score, the better your interest rate. If you are renting an apartment or a home and you do have $10,000 to $12,000, you should be buying a home right now. I know. Everybody says I'm waiting for the interest rates to come down, and I understand that theory. But the thing is, if you're paying rent, that's 100% interest rate. It's like a magic trick. If you see a magician on the stage and he asks for a volunteer and they come up and they're like, hey, the volunteer, do you have $20? He gives him $20 and he puts it in the hat and alakazam, it's gone. Same thing with rent. That's what they do with your money. Your landlord has put your money in a hat and alakazam, it's gone. If you own your home, if you're paying mortgage, if you put your mortgage in the hat, when you go alakazam, you reach your hand in the hat, there's still money there. Here's a shocking stat. People that bought homes 3 years ago gained 34% equity in their homes. If they paid $300,000 for the home, they gained $100,000. Now, if they bought with the worst interest rates and the worst credit score, they paid $2,000 a month. Over the past 3 years, they paid $72,000, but they gained $100,000. See, here's the thing. The only way to make money on when you buy a home is time to build that equity. So when is your clock going to start? So I'm saying if you have $10,000 to $12,000, you need to give me a call so I can help you get your first home. Now, if you bought a home 1 to 2 years ago and you hate it, or you've outgrown it, or you need to downsize, should you be buying a home? No, I would say no, because you haven't given your home enough time to build the equity needed to be advantageous. Best case scenario, you probably break even on the sale of your home as you paying the real estate fees and all that stuff. And then you just be buying another home at a higher interest rate. So if you don't like your home, just wait it out a little bit. Your time will come, but I would not suggest buying a home if you just bought one or 2 years ago. Now, if you bought a home 3 to 4 years ago and you hate your home, or you need to downsize, or you outgrow your home, then I would say you're in the maybe category. Maybe you should sell your home and buy a new one. Like I said, if you bought it 3 years ago, you gained 34% equity in your home. If you bought a $300,000 home, that's $100,000. You could pay off a lot of high interest debt you may have, like credit card debt that could be 15 to 21% interest rate. Or maybe you bought a car during that time and it's at a 10% interest rate. If you wanted to consolidate and get rid of those debts and then take the rest of the equity and throw it into your new home, it could potentially be more than 20% down payment, which would make you not have to pay PMI and could get you kind of close to the same payment you have right now. That may be an option. So if you're in that category, then you should give me a call so we can kind of talk about your situation because every situation is different. Now, if you owned your home for 5 or more years and you hate your home or you've outgrown it or you need to downsize, I would say now is the time to sell it. And here's the reason why. You've probably doubled the equity in your home than when you bought it. And you can do the same thing I just suggested for those that own their home for 3 or 4 years. You can pay off all the high interest debt, and you can get really creative with rate buy downs, and you would have more than 20% equity in your new home, so you wouldn't have to pay PMI. So I say now would be a good time to buy. But what should you buy? This is very important. You should buy new construction homes. Why do you say new construction homes? Is it because they have great incentives to buy the homes, like paying all the closing costs and lower interest rates than the market? No, that's a good reason, but not the reason. Is it because you probably have less maintenance for the first 3 to 5 years when you own a brand new home than any other home? That's another good reason, but that's not the reason. And the reason is stability. See, in new construction communities, the builder controls the prices. All right. They have a schedule where they continually rise prices as they build homes. No builder is going to build a home and sell it for less than the last home they sold. So they have a schedule where they continually raise prices. In some communities, it could be every home they sell, they raise the sales price by $1,500. It could be if they sell 5 homes, they raise the price by $5,000. It depends on the builder, it depends on the community, it depends on demand. So in new construction homes, there is control and what the prices do. Now, when you're going to resell homes in a community that has no builder and no vested interest in controlling the prices of the homes, your neighbors control the prices of the homes. And say we go into a recession and Gulfstream lays off a bunch of people and they need to sell their homes fast and they decide to sell for $50,000 less than market value. Well, then all the neighborhood's houses in there go down. That doesn't happen in new construction. The prices continue going up. And every home that gets a loan is subject to an appraisal. And so, just like when I go into a home and help people determine the price to sell their home, I take comparables in that neighborhood, not Pooler as a whole, but if you know our area, the neighborhood of Godly Station, for instance. I just look in that one area, and being that the neighbors control the prices, your home price could go down. If I'm doing that in a new construction neighborhood, the home prices have gone up. So new construction is really where it's at when you talk about all those great benefits of great incentives, potentially great interest rates, and not maintenance free, but your home's not going to break down as easily as if you bought an older home. So new construction is where it's at. But if you want to get the best bang for your buck, there's really 3 areas where I would like you to concentrate, because this is where I think the home prices will go up more than the areas around us. The first place is Elbel, Pembroke, and Bloomingdale. The reason why that is these 3 areas surround the new Hyundai EV plant, which is bringing tons of jobs to the area, which means more buyer demand for those new construction homes and makes the prices go up. Another place you should be looking is Richmond Hill, but this is not anywhere in Richmond Hill. Heartwood, because it's a brand new community that just started. Now the price point's a little bit higher. They start around the 400 range, but they're going to have a brand new hospital, brand new high school. It's a health and wellness community, which have walking paths and shops throughout it. So it's going to be the next Waterways. If you're familiar with our area, the Waterways, and I'll give you an example, their home prices went up by 50% when the rest of the area went up by 34%. My cousin just sold her house and got 51% of the equity in her home, and she's only lived there for 3 years. I believe Heartwood is the next spot in Richmond Hill that's going to do that. And the last area I would want to concentrate on is Port Wentworth, Rincon, and Guyton. Now, you see me wearing my Savannah Ghost Pirates t-shirt. The Savannah Ghost Pirates are a minor league hockey team that play at End Market Arena in downtown Savannah, but they're building a mega ice skating complex for the practice facility in Port Wentworth. But not only that, it's going to have a bar and grill, and they're there to teach the local area children how to play hockey so we can have our own homegrown hockey players. But also, the city council of Port Wentworth has hired someone to bring in businesses and restaurants to the area to where Port Wentworth could be the next Pooler, which, if you know, Pooler is highly commercialized area, and all the home values in there has skyrocketed since it began. So Port Wentworth is also connected to Rincon and connected to Guyton. So I think that area is another area where you should focus in when you're buying new construction. If you got anything out of this video, I would say please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this content. Don't be greedy now. Share this information with your friends so they know what's going on in the market. So if they want to buy or sell, they know exactly what to do. And once again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to y'all soon. All right, bye.